Coming up in Our News Weekend, the country's COVID numbers surpass 5,000. The tourism sector set for reopening this week. Plus, BEREALTOR looking to change the real estate game.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, the weekend edition. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Joaquin. The Bahamas has surpassed 5,000 confirmed coronavirus cases. The Ministry of Health yesterday reported an additional 68 cases, pushing the total number to 5,023. Of that number, 2,070 cases are considered active, while 112 people remain in hospital. 106 people have died from the virus, while there are 14 deaths under investigation. Over 2,800 have recovered from the virus. To date, 24,423 tests have been completed. Well, with the number of COVID-19 cases steadily increasing, Bahamas Doctors Union President Dr. MELISANDE BASSETT says doctors are still facing the challenge of being exposed, taking more and more of them out of the system for weeks at a time.
We still have challenges in terms of exposures, and some of that is unintentional. Most of it is unintentional or through a person that presents to hospital who's admitted, has no symptoms, but develops symptoms while they are on the ward or are admitted into hospital. So that's been the biggest challenge, and that's really no one's fault.
According to health officials, 243 healthcare workers have tested positive and 226 had high-risk exposures. Dr. Bassett said the risk is not going away anytime soon.
Also, our cases are going up as we continue to have exposures, or our total level of exposure to positive cases. As the population's number goes up, our risk goes up as healthcare professionals, and your overall time of exposure to these patients puts you at risk as well.
Well, as the country gears up for a reopening of the tourism sector this week, the tourism minister is hopeful the cruise industry will resume in November. He stressed this is especially important to the success of downtown businesses. Berthany McDermott reports.
Tourism Minister Dionisio de Aguilar says he's hopeful that the cruise industry will set sail in November. The no-sail order from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention is set to expire on October 31st. The order suspended passenger operations on cruise ships with capacity to carry at least 250 passengers in waters subject to U.S. jurisdiction. While the CDC's position remains that cruise ships should not resume operations, the tourism minister is of a different view.
The CDC's position is that the cruise industry should remain closed. It is the position of the American government that they should open. So there's a bit of a conflict there. We're hoping that the government prevails and that the cruise industry opens in November.
At the onset of the pandemic, the CDC issued the no-sail order to contain the spread of COVID-19. However, de Aguilar explains it may be a process before cruise ships return to Nassau.
But remember how that's going to go. Most of the cruise companies that are going to come to the Bahamas are going to probably start with their private islands because it's a much more controlled environment, and they want to make sure that their protocols are working fine, at least at the outset. They don't need there to be any hiccups that would cause them to shut back down again. Then they would probably come to Nassau, economic and population centers. But go on very controlled excursions that have been vetted and everybody taken the necessary protocols. And then the final step will be allowed to walk freely down Bay Street.
De Aguilar says a top priority for him is to get visitors to support small businesses and entrepreneurs. However, he admits it will be rough.
The Bahamians are going to have to wrap their heads around there probably will be a case from time to time on a cruise ship. And we can't go screaming, oh, the ship is full of COVID and that we don't want it to come here. They have exhaustive protocols in place to ensure that persons that may test COVID positive on the ship are appropriately quarantined, and if they have to be exited from the jurisdiction, they've set up all the protocols to get them from the ship into a safe vehicle down to the airport and on a medical plane to take them out.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
With no date for when the cruise industry is supposed to make a comeback post-COVID, it appears the hotel industry is preparing to win over that market. BAHAMAS President GRAEME Davis says as the resort looks to reopen, hopefully before the end of 2020, once COVID numbers decrease in New Providence, he anticipates those who looked forward to going on cruises would fill the void by staying in hotels.
Certainly, we understand the cruise industry has been certainly handicapped at this moment. We believe there will be a lot of cruise conversion opportunities where people will transfer their cruise vacation to a land-based vacation experience and join us here at BAHAMAS.
BAHAMAS closed its doors in late March amid the increase in COVID-19 cases in the Bahamas. Since then, the country has seen over 5,000 confirmed cases. Davis says the resort will not reopen until there is a handle on the virus in the capital.
But we need to make sure that we're in a safe environment before those things happen. And so that all gets back to every citizen here in New Providence and certainly throughout the Bahamas to stay safe, wear your mask, sanitize, wash your hands, physical distancing. We can create an environment at BAHAMAS where we're such a large property that we can have that physical distancing without any problem.
In other news, while producing only 5% of the food the country consumes, the Bahamas is still very far from being able to feed itself, according to Agriculture Minister MIKHAIL PINTARD. He says the numbers are staggering and are cause for concern given the challenges occurring across the globe.
We're very far. I mean, in terms of when you look at the data today, if you took a snapshot of the data, not the programs that have been implemented that we are focused on now, not the progress that is being made, but I'm just saying the data. We are in fact importing more than 95% of the food that we are in fact consuming.
Pintard says government has been making strides with addressing the issue, investing in farmers and fishermen, as well as making resources available to them.
And this is unacceptable given our history. In fact, we've gone backwards in terms of the level of production in the country. But I'm confident, I'm optimistic that we are going to make tremendous strides over the course of the next few years. And I'm not talking about medium to long term. I'm thinking over the short term, over the course of the next 2 to 3 years, you will see appreciable difference in our production capacity.
And while he has less than 2 years left in this term, Pintard says the government has struck a partnership with the opposition just in case, so plans continue.
One of the things we've sought to do is create a politically neutral environment in the ministry. And so we've consulted with the opposition, past ministers of both political colors. We want to make sure that there's continuity, that in the event that there's any disruption in our governance, that we can have a seamless transition in terms of moving on and continuing programs that make sense.
Still to come, BEREALTOR looking to change the real estate game. And later on, who gave us our quote of the week. Stay tuned.
Is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. A young realtor has taken a leap to help digitize the local real estate industry, launching a new platform that seeks to remove the hassle of buying a home. Here's his story.
3D virtual tours?
At the age of 30, Kyle Barnett is looking to revolutionize the way real estate is done in the Bahamas, launching his BeRealtor platform where people can view, buy, and sell properties and homes.
The person would visit our website, the BeRealtorBahamas.com website, and from there, they have multiple options. So if someone is listing a property for rent, they could do it themselves, or they could email our team as well, and they'll do it. Now, if someone is selling a property, they have two options. They could then do it themselves as well, or we have a premium package with features a lot of 3D virtual tours, the video tours, that 24/7 support team, which is spectacular.
From virtual tours where one can conduct house viewings online to having your personal agent in the palm of your hands, Barnett says he felt the need to help push the industry into the digital era.
With the 3D virtual tours. And the video tours, it allows the customer and the user to enter a property without even physically being in the property. So it's the ultimate social distance. It's the ultimate way to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 and just to go online, and we see what's happening with that.
Barnett says the real estate industry has been in a peculiar spot since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. But just like any other industry, they've had to adjust.
I believe the world is moving towards an online platform. I honestly believe when it comes to real estate, we're geared more towards online base, allowing that user to shop for a home online, especially with the virtual tours and the features that we're offering on our website.
The young entrepreneur says he feels blessed and humbled by the opportunity, adding he is driven to make a difference.
At this point, with a lot of persons out of work right now, I feel very humbled. I thank God for giving me the idea and the strength to even develop something like this.
Still to come, a local pastor looking to inspire through a tough time, plus who gave us our quote of the week. The details after this break.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
Relaying the spiritual to the natural. That's the premise behind a new book by local pastor Raymond. The book, Things I've Learned from COVID-19, takes safety measures implemented to stave off the spread of COVID-19 and parallels them with spiritual principles to live a fulfilled life.
You know, they said that we must practice social distancing. That's a powerful principle because in Ecclesiastes, the Bible said there's a time to embrace and there's a time to refrain from embracing. I believe there's some people who are not qualified to go with you in the next season of your life. Right. So you may have to separate. You may have to distance yourself from some people, negative energy, people who are not speaking the kind of faith you're speaking. And this, I love that chapter. That will help a whole lot of people.
Wild said many religious leaders are going through a trying time at the moment. He encouraged church leaders to lean on God to get through the difficult times.
We trust God. And he said, they that trust in the Lord will be as Mount Zion that cannot be moved. Stay focused, keep your vision at heart, stand firm. And when it's all over and the smoke is cleared, you coming out in victory.
Still to come, who landed our top spot for Quote of the Week. Find out after the break.
Is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. We've come to that part of Our News Weekend where we take a look back at some of the more memorable quotes of the week. In at number 3 is Police Commissioner Paul Rolle, who warned anyone with plans of partying this holiday weekend to be mindful of the law.
In recent weeks, we've been having a lot of challenges with young people in particular having social gatherings and parties. And I want to say to them not to do that. If we find that happening, we'll be taking a more stiffer approach with those persons who seek to defy those orders.
Number 2 comes from Bahamas Doctors Union President Dr. MELISANDE, who says BAHAMAS too must do their part to help reduce the spread of COVID-19.
If we practice social distancing, if we keep our masks on, if we wash our hands, if we ensure that we're not engaging with our friends without our masks, we're not spreading this to our families, this number will go down.
But our quote of the week is a quick one. students of Hugh Campbell Primary in Grand Bahama who were really excited to return to the classroom and play with their friends.
I love my school. I love my school.
We love our school. Everybody here is like family.
I was here from first grade. It was tough on my first day, but I managed to make it alive.
Well, thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Mikhail. Remember, you can catch Our News on the Go Rev Go Play app. Have a good Sunday evening, Bahamas.